Apparently, the Poole riders have been kicking around the track, shaking their head at turn 1 and 2.
Oh, that's not very good, is it? To be fair, I'd be shaking my head at that track. Half of it's really slick and half of it's really grippy. So, good evening for what might be the final time in 2024. I know, how quick has this season flown? For the watch along tonight, we've got the second leg of the grand final. We couldn't do the first leg because one of us had prior commitments. But Oxford coming into this meeting with a 12-point lead. It's going to be very, very entertaining, I am sure. Joined as always by Mr. Dylan Hodge. It's just the two of us tonight. How are we doing?
Yeah, all good. It does feel like it's been a quick season, doesn't it? And this I think is like our 24th or something silly like that watch along. So
We're
yeah,
sure we've done more than that.
it might be even more than that. On it, we're in the 20s somewhere. It's Speedway under the lights.
I'll count the graphics later.
Shall we have a look at the two teams, Mush?
Go on.
We'll start with the visitors, I think. Team managed by Peter Schreck. The at number 7 is Jody Scott, coming in as a regular guest this season in place of the injured Adam Roynan, who did 3 races. At number 6 is Luke Killeen. Scott Nichols skippers the side at number 5. Cameron Heaps moves to number 4 for the first time this season, moves away from the number 2 spot. Ashton Bowden rides at number 3, looking for an improved form as of recent weeks. Dan Gilks again guests at number 2, guested for him in the semi-final, guested for him in the first leg of this as well. And at number 1, it's Sam Masters. Palmer, your Oxford man to watch?
Cameron Heaps tonight. He's been around long enough to know that this is the sort of night where Oxford need him to step up, and he scored a very creditable 6 points on Saturday. But he has been riding like a proper heat leader tonight, and this season, sorry. And yeah, I expect if Oxford are to win the league, your Masters and Nichols and probably Colleen are going to get double figures, but Heaps will be instrumental in their victory.
I'm going to go for Sam Masters. This kind of meeting, you look towards your number 1, and there's not many better number 1s in the league than Sam Masters, obviously being a Wolves number 1 for a few years as well, so he knows how to turn up when it counts. So yeah, I'll go for Sam. Do you want to look us through the Bull lineup?
So for the Pirates of Poole, they are managed by Neil Middleditch this evening, and at number 7, he's our friend and yours, Spinning Vinny Ford. Tobias Thompson rides at number 6. Dill's friend Tom Brennan rides at 5. Big Cook rides at 4. Zach Cook. Little Cook Ben Cook at number 3. Samuel Hagan goes at number 2. And at number 1, Richard Lawson. Mr. Hodge, it's your man to watch this evening.
I want to go for Zach Cook. He's really stepped up recently, sort of since Ben got injured actually. He took over captaincy for a little period, and he really stepped up. He got a maximum, I think it was at Scunny a couple of weeks ago. I think he scored quite well in the first leg of this at Oxford as well. He's in that number 4 position can be absolutely pivotal, and I think he's discovering his form at just the right time.
100% can't disagree with that. I've gone for Tom Brennan. His results as well. We mentioned off air earlier that his form's been a bit up and down in the past couple of weeks or so, and he's had a bit of a break now since obviously last weekend. Hopefully he's fully refreshed, ready to go, and him.
Looks a very interesting meeting on paper. I think the 12-point deficit definitely sets it up to be more tasty. I think had Poole have kept it to single figures or even come away from Oxford with a lead, I think with all due respect to Oxford, we'd be having a very different conversation about tonight. Although the only team to beat Poole in the last 3.5 years at Wimborne Road are Oxford.
It was. You know, it all depends on how certain riders perform for both teams. That is, you know, obviously, as Neil Middleditch said in his interview, he's got 4 very good riders, 2 not so good riders, and then Spinny Vinny. Um, and it's the same. It's the same really for Oxford. You know, you're gonna get double figures from Sam and Scott on a good night, but you know, it's a team sport. You need your other 5 to really chip in.
And last time Oxford were here, Luke Killian was instrumental. I think he got like paid 14 or something silly like that. It's going to need a performance similar to that from him tonight.
He got quite a few.
Just a few.
Just a few. Something quite interesting to note as well this evening. The track is a track of 2 halves all the way round.
Yeah.
The inside is slicker than Scunny on a normal day, and the outside is very grippy.
And I'm not surprised by that. You know, I know a couple of people who live down Dorset way, and they said they had torrential rain all day yesterday, pretty much. And although it's been dry today with a bit of breeze and some sun to bake the track, which is probably the only reason tonight's on, that water's still going to have got in, and you know it will play a part.
What do you mean they haven't been setting fire to the track?
No, hello, Mark.
Apparently that's how it works.
Have they released that press release yet from 2 years ago that Rob Paisley keeps talking to us about?
You know, I don't know. I'm gonna ask.
I've got 4 people watching. I know one of them's Dan Winchester, because Dan Winchester's always watching us, our number 1 fan and all that. What a boy. And I know what team Dan Winchester will be supporting tonight, and it's not the home team.
Up the Pirates.
And like you said there, you know, Neil Middleditch just said in his interview, he's got 4 very good riders and 3 doesn't know what he's going to get from. Sam Hagan can gate as well as anybody. It's whether he can hold on to positions after gating. Vinnie Ford has had speed recently, but he's making some errors as well. We obviously watched him in the under-19s at Oxford on Sunday, and he had a mare and then pulled out after 3 rides with 2 crashes. And Tobias Thompson needs stabilisers to stay on his machine.
It was, and I don't know if you've had a chance to catch up on the first leg yet.
No.
Probably the best meeting I've watched at Oxford.
Oh, I'll have to watch that back.
It was a very good meeting, and the races certainly rose to the occasion.
And we was talking off air about this, but Oxford have really got the development of youth spot on. You know, Jody Scott, not a championship signed rider, but you know they've brought him in as guests for the league, and they had him in the semi-finals of this, and they've stuck with him for the final as well.
Yeah, they have. You know, and I mean everybody that knows me will know Oxford are far from my favourite team in the league, thanks to Rob Paisley. But no. They've done the development of riders right, you know, their own riders anyway. You know, look at Luke Killeen, Geordie Scott, even Ashton Bowden, you know. So, yeah, fair play to them. And now I can start talking not so nicely about Oxford, because that really hurt.
AFC Batboo 17, come on Pirates. No idea who that is, but they want the Pirates to win.
Who you are. Thanks for watching us this evening. And yeah, up the Pirates and up the Cheetahs in the interest of fairness.
The track does look difficult, though, and it's going to be very hard in the first 3 or 4 races till it turns over.
This track's definitely a leveler. You know how riders like Luke Killeen, Geordie Scott, Ashton Bowden, Sam Hagan, Tobias Thompson, Vidi 4, even the Cooks going to adapt to these sort of conditions.
Mm.
Luke, if Luke Colleen's watching, go and get yourself an haircut, mush.
I don't think he is watching. He's just going for a stroll across centre green at the moment. There's a
As you
fella.
do.
There's a fella who would be wish he was riding tonight. Jordan Jenkins is here. I love that little sort of entrance way. It reminds me of WWE or something.
Talking of WWE, we're off there in a few weeks, so if you are very fortunate to see us there, buy us beer.
Well, Palmer.
Yeah.
And the toss was done earlier in the pits. Ben Cook won the toss and opted to take gates 1 and 3. Bold prediction from Palmer before we came on. The person who wins the toss, that team will win. So based off of that theory, Palmer's going for the Pirates to become champions.
Yeah, it just looks like one of them tracks where gating, especially in the first sort of third of the meeting, gating is going to be an absolute premium. And I'd never seen Ben Cook smile so much when that coin landed.
And the Poole fans and riders and promotion are all going to want to avoid a repeat of 12 months ago, where they hosted the second leg here, and Glasgow came and lifted the title at the end of the night.
The one a couple of weeks after was much better.
They've spent some money on this entranceway, pyro, a stage, scaffolding. It's great.
I can't believe they've had scaffolding put up and they've not come to like a professional scaffolder.
Sam Hagan really wants to pack that gate 1 spot down. He was just jumping up and down on it.
Maybe he's just a little bit excited.
And this is the time of the year everyone looks forward to, and it's Speedway under the lights, business end of the season. A trophy will be decided tonight. You know, probably the last meeting in the championship for some of these riders as well.
Well, you say that. These two teams have got to go head to head once again.
Yeah, but that's for the
in
knockout cup,
final.
innit? But for the actual championship league, like phase
Oh,
of
for the
things,
league.
yeah.
For the league, this is the finale, innit?
Yeah.
So,
and obviously we don't know our watch-along schedule yet for any, if any, of the knockout cup meetings. I'd imagine that Poole will probably be on a Friday for that, and Oxford a Wednesday. I'd be interested to see which team takes the home leg first, but I don't think any of that's been confirmed yet.
no, not had any official confirmation yet. Maybe we'll hear something later this evening.
There's a good few Oxford fans made the journey.
It's not far, is it?
That's true. Senna
Luke
Summers
Killeen
on
looks
the
like my sister.
Senna Summers on the spanners for Luke Killeen. Paul Hurry on the spanners as always for Scott Nichols.
And I believe Jordan's on the spanners for Ashton this evening.
You may be correct.
Cameron Heaps looks really sad.
He's had a very good any success Oxford get this season. A massive part of that is thanks to Cameron Heaps, because he's kind of gone under the radar a little bit, but has been consistent all year pretty much.
Oh, 100%. He's almost sort of, I don't quite know how, but he's almost become a heat leader this season.
Yeah. And Dan Winchester will be sat there cheering on Oxford. We all know his disdain for Poole.
What have the Pirates ever done to them, apart from beat Plymouth every single time they've come together?
Kelsey Dugard again on the spanners for Vinny. He's put some muscle mass on, any Kelsey. He's a big fella now.
He likes getting them games at the gym.
And I think he's been out spannering for someone in Poland during their season. We've got 6 viewers. This is unprecedented numbers.
Oh, I don't know how to talk in front of an audience.
Tobias, a lot will depend on this guy tonight. He's either hot or cold. He started the season consistent, but he's been disappointing recently, I think it's fair to say.
I don't know the best way to put it. Is almost like he's got worse going down to reserve.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Tom
Um,
Brennan's mechanic Kyle is still wearing shorts, even though it's nearly the middle of October.
it's still too early for Christmas songs. uh,
I beg to differ.
it's. I had this discussion with my sister the other night. Right, and I've come to this conclusion. Right, when Speedway season finishes, then play Christmas music.
Okay,
I
that's
think
fair
that
enough.
I think that's a fair way of doing it. So, if they could like hold off to the knockout cup final till like the bloody 18th of November or something like that, that'd be great.
That's a fair thing to say. The Poole boys look nice and relaxed. Tom Brennan and Tobias Thompson having a laugh and a joke. Tom was probably telling Tobias to stay on the bike rather than sitting on his bum on the floor.
Oh, Ben's gone into that grip.
He's
So is Mr.
very,
Jilks and Mr. Heat.
it's very deep out there, isn't it? You ain't gonna want to be in there early on.
Absolutely not.
An interesting thing from Scott Nichols' book that you just told me just now. Do you wanna intrigue our audience of an extract from Scotty's book from his time as a pirate?
I wish I could. I wish I had the time to go and find the actual page where it's all written in. But when Scotty rode for the Pirates many moons ago, he was given a contractual sex ban. Which,
God, that was a
well,
good start from I think Scotty.
yeah, but when they've not got three riders next to them, they all look good.
It's true. It's very true. The inside
Everybody
is
else looks cold. Not this guy on the first bend. He looks quite chill.
the inside is so slick. Anyone that rides Scunny well should go well around the inside.
Yeah. Yeah, the track certainly looks interesting.
But fair play to him for getting it on after all this rain. I think any other track, had there been any rain today, would have been off. Here we are. We've got a meeting. We've got a watch along. We've got a
Here we
title to
are,
be
we're,
decided.
So, before Heat 1 starts, we've got two things to settle.
And I've got something. I've got an observation as well. You can sell first.
So, thing number one we need to settle. What lap does Finny Vinny end up binning it?
Vinny Ford is who I'm about to mention because he's not done a practice lap. His bike broke down, so he's ended up walking back to the pits.
Oh, not again?
His bike is about as reliable as a chocolate kettle, isn't it?
Hey, if you want a hot chocolate, they're very reliable.
Especially from Costa. Ooh.
Oh. And question number two. Who's taking it? Is it Poole or is it Oxford? Not who we want, just being realistic.
Poole. I think Poole's top four are stronger than Oxford's top four. And I think they'll get more points combined. And I think the majority of them will eat into the deficit early on as well. Who are you going for?
I'm going to be controversial here.
Superheat.
Superheat.
I knew you were going to say that. Who takes it in the superheat?
Oh, Poole, take it into Superheat. Richard Lawson's going to batter Jody Scott in the race we all want to see.
Either they're having a heat wave down at Poole, or this fella in the white t-shirt, the Pirates top, is a little bit brave. Short sleeve t-shirt down on the coast at this time of year.
Well, he's got a few pounds on him, and them few pounds make him a bit warmer.
2 minutes are on for heat number 1 of 15 tonight. There's no rain impending, so we should be set fair. Hopefully they don't take all night about it though.
Hopefully not. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've got a bedtime to add higher to.
And the thing about racing this time of year as well is the moisture in the track just comes up because of how cold it is. Will we see a resurface of the rain that's come down over the last 24 hours that they've worked so hard to pack in?
I hope not, but probably.
And the nerves will be jangling in Heat 1. I wouldn't be surprised to see someone through the old tapes.
It's a playoff final, mate. If you're coming into this very, very calm, then you're not riding in the playoff final.
46 seconds, and I think we're waiting for Richard Lawson. So the
I've
lineup,
seen him out on track.
the lineup for Heat number 1, going off the inside gate in blue for the Pirates, Sam Hagan. Gate number 2 in yellow for Oxford, the guest Dan Gilks. Gate 3 in red for the Pirates. I think he's still the highest average rider in the championship as it stands, Richard Lawson. And off the outside in white is Sam Masters.
I couldn't tell you about the highest average rider, although I don't think Pico's too far off.
And it's unusual to see Sam Masters' name not at top of that pile. He's been there for a few years.
About time someone took it off him. Heat number 1 then, here we go, the second leg of the grand final. Sam Masters has made an absolute beauty off gate number 4. Sam Hagan's right at the back, but now, what can Richard Lawson do? He barges right underneath the inside of Sam Masters, and Sam Masters goes down there. And Sam Masters has broke the air fence, and Sam Masters is staying down.
So I'll be interested to see that back. For me, Sam's looking for that.
I'd like to see a replay. I'm calling a professional foul.
I think Sam's looking for that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, to be honest with you.
For me, Sam turns into Richard.
I'd be interested to see what the referee is going to do. I think the referee is Michael Brecken tonight.
And we're all just thinking, can you hurry up and get that bike out of there and get that air fence fixed now?
I'd like him to show another replay. For me, Sam's looking for that. He knows Richard's coming up the inside, and I think he puts his leg out to try and look for it.
And just like that, your wish is BSN's command.
This camera angle's not that great, but I think it's the only one we've got. For me, Sam's looking for that.
He put his leg out, yeah?
He does, he's looking for it. Is there contact? For me, I don't think there is. It's close, but for me, Sam's looking for that. As Richard Lawson, but he's out. Richard Lawson's out. I think that's the wrong decision. I absolutely think that's the wrong decision.
He's not very happy with that either. That poor helmet. No, that's...
I think the ref's had a howler there. As you called it in real... See, Sam's having a laugh now. As you called in real time, that's a professional foul.
That is an awful decision. But let's be honest, though, we've had quite a few of them this year.
And it's definitely advantage Oxford now. You'd expect a 5-1 from Oxford here.
I'd like to know how much Peter Schreck's put in that brown envelope to the referee.
This camera angle ain't going to give us much more, is it? Sam knows he's coming. He knows he's coming there. He's left such a gap. He's looking for that there.
He is.
That's an awful decision.
Yeah, not the best decision. In the interest of fairness, Sam Masters ought to miss 2 minutes and have a match race.
And we will have a delay now because the air fence is going to need fixing.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Does it not know it's cold enough?
And now it's definitely advantage Oxford.
Massively.
And this 12 points could be about to go up to 16.
I was just going to say, as early on as Heat 1, with that one awful decision...
Are we going to get anything different from this one?
Has
Sam had made a beautiful gate. And Sam Hagan... Carry on.
Has that awful decision already cost Poole the league?
There's nothing in that. There's absolutely nothing in that. The more I watch it, the more convinced I am that Michael Brecken has dropped a bollock, should we say.
Just the one?
Yeah. That is a bad decision. Sam getting ready for the rerun. He'd made a beautiful start, and to be fair, Sam Hagan had made an absolute perler of a gate off the inside. He just went nowhere, did he?
No.
2 minutes are back on, and I think in about a minute and a half's time, we'll have a 16-point Oxford aggregate lead.
You never know. Sam Hagan might make the gate of his absolute life and just about beat Dan Jokes.
Be interested to see what the thoughts of people on Facebook are to that decision. Let's have a butchers while we got.
Have we got any comments regarding that decision? Let's have a look. Tubio. Where are we? Shoot some shale, shoot some shale. There we are, before we was watching. But there's no comments on there, so where's Speedway Friends?
The lineup of heat number 1, the rerun. Inside in blue, Sam Hagan. Gate 2 in yellow, Dan Jilks. No rider off gate 3 with Richard Lawson disqualified. And off the outside in white, Sam Masters. Alan saying in the comments, Brecken drops a bollock. If Alan's agreeing with us, he must have got the decision right.
He must have got it wrong. So Startmaster walks away then for the rerun of heat number 1. Away
Hagan's
we go,
made it. No,
as
he's not. He's not.
as expected. Oh, Jilks
Oh,
is
he's
down.
gone!
Jilks is down. Get up. Good lad. So, Sam Masters still leads. Sam Hagan's chasing in second. And somewhere just coming out of Bournemouth is Dan Jilks in third. Barring any form of mechanical failure,
Or throwing it
He
on
said-
the floor again.
he says with his fingers crossed, this is going to be an Oxford 4-2, which would increase the lead up to
14.
numbers.
14.
What he said. Because he's better at maths than what I am. Although according to BSN Graphics, it's Richard Lawson in third.
The way he was bouncing that helmet off the table in the pits, I definitely don't think it's Richard Lawson.
He was not a happy buddy, was he?
No, he was not.
And as he comes round the fourth turn now, and he takes the win in heat number 1. And now Jilksy gets third.
Jilks never looked comfortable in the initial staging of that. He pulled the locker in the first turn in that as well. And the result of heat number 1 was a win for the rider in white, Sam Masters. Second in blue, Sam Hagan. And third in yellow, Dan Jilks. 4-2 to Oxford on the night makes the progressive scores 41-55 on aggregate.
That was probably better than expected for Poole.
I thought Sam Hagan had made the start here. He makes a much better start than the first running.
Jilks' grass track, that.
Oh, he was very close to crossing the white. He's lucky he didn't take Sam out. Sam of the Masters kind, not of the Hagan kind.
If someone wants to go and tell Jilksy you're meant to ride around the shale bit on the outside of the grass, that might help him score some more points in the future of the meeting.
And with all due respect to Poole's reserves, for me, Oxford with Luke Killeen are the better here, even before that Heat 1 result. I think they've just put even more pressure on the Poole reserves, and it'll be interesting to see how they handle it now.
I mean, it's hard to say that Luke Colleen's not the best reserve of all four here, but we need Spinny Vinny on broken bikes to turn up.
I don't think Killeen's in as good a form as he was when Oxford came here earlier in the year. Well, a couple of months ago when he
It,
got that result.
he did top or second top scorer on Saturday.
But he has had an awkward fall on Sunday. The
He
lineup
did a top that.
of heat number 2 going off the inside gate in white for Oxford, Luke Killeen. Gate 2 in red for Poole, Tobias Thompson. Gate 3 in yellow for Oxford, Jody Scott. And off the outside in blue for Poole is Spinny Vinny Ford. There we go. Get it all in properly. Get it all in.
Got it out in the end.
Better late than never. This is the race that's going to be a disaster for me. Vinny and Tobias can't stay on their bikes on a normal track, let alone a track this grippy.
Maybe they might surprise you. You never know, though. You're probably
You're
right.
willing to put money on that?
No, I haven't got any. So, Snapmaster then walks away for heat number 2. The tapes rise. Away we go. That is a beautiful start there for Vinny Ford in blue. Now, what can Tobias Thompson do in the red helmet colours? He's got himself into first and now. Vinny into second. And
Oh! That's an awkward one.
Backside. Luke leads down. This track's dangerous. Where's Found Power when you need him?
Ooh, that was awkward. Vinny having a go at the Oxford fans. For me, Vinny's done nothing wrong there. He was ahead.
I agree. If anything, I'd like to see the replay just to double check it. Obviously, we've had the thumbs up from the paramedic, so he's obviously all right. For me, Luke Colleen turns into Vinny.
Yeah, there's nothing that Vinny does wrong there, in my opinion. So Michael Brecken will probably exclude Vinny for that. Jordan Jenkins is doing more work as a spanner man than he would have been if he was riding.
Madness, isn't it?
He's just giving himself a bit of time, sat on the track to catch his breath. Ashton coming out to help Jordan lift the bike back. That front wheel is a mess. The spokes are completely out.
I mean, if Luke Colleen can hear this, just don't fall. It's not hard. I've tried telling this to Vinny, but he doesn't listen. And these Oxford people don't look very happy.
Be interesting to see what the referee does. Ambulance is coming out. I'd say this is
Nina's here now.
This will probably be more of a precaution than anything, I think. It was an awkward fall, but for me, on first glance, Vinny does nothing wrong there. This ambulance, he's got to come through here. Don't crash it, mate. You're only on television.
You're only on BSN TV.
It's BSN? I thought this was Sky Sports.
Not quite what the production costs.
Teletext.
Oh, good old days, Zeb.
Where's Christina when you need her?
Somewhere in Stuart Dixon's caravan at Leicester. Oh, did I say that out loud? Oh, I do apologise.
Ashton going for a leisurely stroll across to see if Luke's alright. No rushing from Ashton there.
No rush, pal. We've only got beds to go to, mush.
Just as he gets there, Luke will probably get up. And the ambulance is out. This isn't what you want to see.
Oh, no.
I don't think that was the track. I think Luke's just ran out of space. He's walking back. He's walking back. He got the ambulance out for a bit more time and he's strolling back. A little bit dirty, maybe, but...
Ambulance needed to have a little run before it breaks down.
Let's have another watch. For me, Vinny's ahead there, and he's not moved any wider
He turns in.
Yeah.
Luke turns into Vinny.
Luke's turned into Vinny there. Vinny's done nothing wrong. He's in the middle of the track. He's not moved out. No, Vinny's done nothing wrong. He's ahead, and Luke's got Tobias Thompson in front of him.
Yes.
But for me, he's done nothing wrong there. if the referee's been fair, that'll be an exclusion for the rider in white.
The referee obviously isn't fair because we saw the disaster of Heat 1.
Vinny just checked he was alright. There's no animosity between him and Luke.
There might be between him and the Oxford fans, though.
Luke
White's
Killeen
out.
has been disqualified. Absolutely the correct decision, that. Vinny's done absolutely nothing wrong there,
He's
in my
done
opinion.
nothing. Now, Luke Killeen just turns into Vinny there and, yeah, he ends up on his bottom. Imagine the scenes now if Vinny 4 goes and wins Heat 2 just to celebrate in front of the adoring Oxford fans again.
Hutty's saying that it's a shocking decision. Luke's gone. I think Hutty needs to watch the replays.
I can't say. I mean, thankfully, neither of these are at like my team and yours. You are always going to get defensive if it's a decision against your own team, but when you're watching it as a neutral, that is 100% Luke Killeen's fault. And if Hutty's watching us now, if he disagrees, I will fight him for charity with my back pocket.
Now, Shads is also saying that Ford goes into the side of him. He's wrong as well.
Where's all this? Is this on our comments?
No, in the STS groups.
Ah.
Oh, I don't know where they're watching replays from, but they're obviously watching with their eyes closed or a different place to the rest of us. That's the correct decision. 100% the correct decision.
100%.
While these are taking a quick minute, should we take a quick minute?
Yeah, let's take a quick minute. And we're back. That was a lovely 5-minute break.
Felt very short for 5 minutes though.
4.5 minutes then, just to be on the safe side. So, I've seen a comment on Facebook. Vinnie Ford needs to be fined for winding up the opposition supporters.
Oh, tell them to get a grip of their life.
For me, in this meeting, this is what it needs.
Absolutely. So
Poole will have no better chance of a 5-1 now.
The rerun of heat number 2 no rider off the inside with Luke Killian disqualified. Gate number 2 in red, Tobias Thompson. Gate 3 in yellow, Jody Scott. And off the outside in blue, Vinnie Ford, who's not going to be very popular with the Oxford fans at the moment. But for me, as a neutral, same as you, it's absolutely the correct decision.
100%.
We have no affiliation either way. It don't really matter to us who wins this, but for me, the ref's got that spot on.
We just want to watch 15, potentially 16 heats of good speedway. Don't know when them 15 are going to start, but...
or finish, for that matter.
Start Marsh walks away then for heat number 2. It's a very good start there for the Pirate Boys. It's Tobias Thompson that leads with Vinnie Ford there in the second position. These two boys out at the front just need to team ride this home, although Jody Scott is round the rear end of Mr. Vinnie Ford at the moment. And yeah, it's currently a Pirates 5-1, and
you can never count your chickens with these two though, because either one of them are prone to a fall at any point.
And Callum's in a big chat of ours. He says that was a poor decision. I think Callum's wrong. He needs his head. Needs his head tested.
I think Callum needs to open his eyes. Then, to be honest, that was for me the right call. For you, the right call.
I mean, if Alan says that's the right call, and something's wrong, but barring any form of mechanical failure, anyway, back onto the race. So coming out of the last bend now. Tobias wins, Spinny Vinny second, Geordie Scott third.
And the aggregate lead is now down to 10 points. So heat number 2 is a win for the rider in red, Tobias Thompson. Second in blue, Vinnie Ford. And third in yellow, Jody Scott. Makes the score 7-5 on the night and 46-56 on aggregate.
Is Vincent going round with Tobias? If BSN could show us, that would be great.
Oxford fans
meltdown. And to see Paisley melt down, of course, because we love when Paisley melts down. Yeah, as we see here, though, Tobias just made the gate. Well, he didn't. Jody Scott made the best gate, but by the first time, by the first bend, sorry, he was last.
And Vinnie Ford is not making himself very popular, is he?
Don't know what you mean. A very popular rider with me, Mo.
Well, not with the Oxford supporters, anyway.
No one's bothered about Oxford supporters.
Massive result for Poole, that though, makes it 10 points. I think the referee got heat 1 wrong. Imagine where we'd be if he'd have got that one right.
Well, exactly. Is that was it Christina in disguise, or was Christina there just while Michael Brecken had to pop for a wee-wee?
Heat number 3 going off the inside gate in blue for the Pirates, Zach Cook. Gate 2 in white, Ashton Bergen. Gate 3 in red is Ben Cook. And off the outside in yellow, Cameron Heaps.
Huge race this for the man in white.
Massive race for all 4 of these, and the two teams in the context of the night and the tie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, none of these races are tiny, are they? They're all quite big, but yeah. If Oxford are to take this, they need Ashton to be ashed on it.
And Jody Scott wasn't a million miles off the pace in that heat 2 then, to be honest to him.
He won, and he made a decent gate.
He did, yeah. And it's all experience. I think he'll be a rider that will be in the championship next season.
I'd be very surprised if he wasn't a cheater next year.
Cheater by name, cheater by nature.
If his girlfriend's watching, we're very sorry. We've just exposed him. Anyway, tapes rise for heat number 3, and it's Ben Cook that has Alges on his bottom again.
I don't know if... Oh, that's so lucky for the start marshal there. The track staff on the first bend there. Zach went straight over the grass. That was hard.
Zach caused that, but
The
if the ref,
snaking. He snaked out the start. I don't know which way that's going to go.
that's going to go one way, and it's your least favourite saying in Speedway. Well, this is a bit more eventful in EastEnders tonight.
Hasn't it?
We're not even at Heat 4 yet.
And we've had 3 crashes. There's no intent in that. I don't think it was bunching though. Zach snakes. Zach could be in trouble there.
It'll be interesting to see which way Mr. Brecken takes this.
That was absolutely not what Ashton needed. He's had a tough few meetings with injuries and stuff like that. All kind of started at Redcar in the Championship Riders, didn't it? And it hadn't really let up since.
It did.
I don't know which way this is going to go. Is there an argument for all 4? I don't know. For me, Zach snake, so if there is an exclusion, it will be Zach.
Oh, what the bloody hell are them two doing? Jesus Christ. I can't say it though. I go to Speedway, I have a rave myself, so oh, good to know BSN's got some batteries on standby.
Especially when DJ Carlito's on the music.
Big up Carlito, what a legend.
Let's watch the replay of this now. Zach does snake. He gets himself in them really deep ruts.
He does snake, but a lot of riders tend to off the inside gate.
For me, that's bunching.
Zach could well be excluded there. Both wheels was off the track. We could see a two-ride.
It depends.
We could see a two-rider race here.
It depends whether the referees put the reds on before Zach. The contact sends Zach off the track. In that angle, for me, Zach's got to go. I don't know what the Oxford fans are moaning at that. It's not like that was deliberate.
I genuinely could see a double exclusion here.
I could. Is Ashton coming across Zach's line? For me, Zach's going out. That's bunching, but then as you.
If it's any consolation to Ashton, that was a 4.7 out of 10 for the somersault.
See, that's bunching. It's whether that's
Ashton was so lucky not to get hit by that bike.
That's a tough one. Zach's got his helmet on, so he's expecting all 4. That one's different. He's left his chateau.
Has he?
I ain't having that. He's through in from El Francais.
Can't fault him, really. Would you rather be eating snail's legs or watching a playoff final?
Well, the way Poole have come out attacking this, half the Oxford riders could end up looking like snail's legs soon. I think the easy decision for the ref there will be all 4 back. And I think he looks like he has gone all 4 back. I don't know if Alan can hear anything we are or see anything on updates or anything that we can't.
I'll have a quick butcher on the updates while... Where are we? Poole Pirates versus Ford Ox Cheetahs.
Alan's typing. Medics are with
all
Belgium.
4 back.
I think the refs took the easy way out there. That'll really please the Oxford fans. The refs deemed that he put that the bunching sent Zach off the track, which he does. To be fair, you could argue either way for that one. I think.
I probably would have. I probably would have put all 4 back myself if I was in that position.
Zach was going out, Ashton was coming in. There was no one clearly at fault for that. Zach does snake, but like you've made the point of, a lot of riders seem to at
A
Poole.
lot, a lot of riders do it off the inside gate. It's not just at Poole either. I've seen it happen a million times at Scunnies.
You always want to angle
Do it.
out, don't you, to try and make
You,
sure you don't get stuck on that white line.
oh, who was it now? I want to say it was Josh Hawley. When I was doing a start marshalling for a league meeting at Scunny many years ago, when Josh Hawley was on the inside gate or gate 2, he would always angle his bike so it was going straight to the outside.
Yeah,
And I think a lot of riders do tend to do that.
yeah. I do think that was just a racing incident,
It wasn't anything sort of like...
intentional or anything like that.
That's the word I'm looking for.
Medics are with Ashton. We're up at 7 viewers as well.
How the bloody hell are we meant to keep 7 viewers entertained?
3 races in, and there's been 3 decisions for the referee to make.
Oh, we could be in for a long evening, chaps and chapettes. So, I hope you've got your bed nice, warm and comfortable. I hope you've got your kettles on. I hope you've got your beers in the fridge.
And I hope you're keeping your heads off the pillows.
I'm trying to keep mine off much, I'm not going to lie. It's been a very, very long day.
It's been a very dramatic start. And by the
It
time
has.
Sam and Jilksy come back out, and Richard Lawson and Sam Hagan, it's 45 minutes since the start of the meeting nearly. And we've still got this race and the next one to go before either of the 1 or 2s are back out again. That's a long time.
Not to mention, probably be a track grade after 4.
I mean, if they've got any sense, they'll do it now while Ashton's with the medics.
That would make sense. But when does making sense and Speedway go in the same sentence?
That's true. That's true.
Apart from when the word doesn't goes in between.
Shall we take the rest of our 5 minutes?
Let's take the rest of our 5 minutes. That was the quickest 5 minutes in existence. 3 of them are back at the tapes. Ashton Bowden's just jetting himself there now. Didn't even have time to pour me Diet Coke.
Shocking.
In it.
All 4 riders, same 4 gates. We go again.
That we do. And obviously, Ashton's probably down on confidence as it is at the moment. How will a crash like that affect his confidence even more?
I guess we'll find out in about a minute.
So, Start Marshall walks away for heat number 3, take number 2. Away we go. It's a good start there from Ashton, but it's the Cook brothers that get themselves into positions 1 and 2 first, with Cameron Heaps now trying to blast himself around the outside there of Zach Cook. Ashton Bowden, he may as well have stayed at home in Bournemouth or wherever the bloody hell he's from. Ben Cook it is that has the lead then, and now Ben Cook's trying to slow the race down to allow his brother to get back up the inside thereof. Cameron Heaps who has had a very, very good season, to be fair to him this season, having a really good battle there in his second position with Zach Cook as we go into the third lap. One mistake from Cameron Heaps. Zach will be through. And Cameron Heaps goes wide there, and Zach Cook, that's not allowed Zach enough time to get through into the second position. And this isn't going to be through the lack of effort from Mr. Zachary Cook. We've got 1 lap left to go then. Zach's closing in on Cameron Heaps. Ben Cook's checked out. He could go out and get himself a hot dog. Oh, that was a good wheelie there from Cameron Heaps. It's still not quite enough for Zach Cook, and it's going to be a big, big 4-2 to the Poole Pirates.
Zach was intent on riding that inside line, and Cameron Heaps just got his wheel in the dirt in the grip, and that's where you needed to be, I think, and so it proved. But Ben Cook doing what you'd expect. Poole closed the gap by another couple of points, and we're now down to 8 on aggregate. The result of heat number 3 was a win for the rider in red, Ben Cook. Second in yellow, Cameron Heaps. And third in blue, Zach Cook. 4 points to the Pirates, 2 to the Cheetahs on the night, makes it 50 to Poole, 58 to Oxford on aggregate. Do we see Luke Killeen coming in yellow for Jody Scott in heat 4?
That all depends if the medics have withdrawn him or not.
That's true. I think he looked okay, but obviously the medics will have the final say on that. And Poole actually make a really good gate here. Both the Poole riders, and I thought Zach had done enough there, but Cameron Heaps just gets it in the dirt. And Cameron's a rider that doesn't mind sticking his wheel in the dirt. Powers straight around Zach.
He's not afraid to blast round the boards, is he?
No. Ashton looked a little bit tentative, as you would be after a crash like that, to be fair. Looked
100%.
A touch tentative in the first turn. And the riders around for heat number 4. Oxford's favourite rider, Spinny Vinny, out. Fresh off his paid win in heat 2.
The way he's going, Spinny Vinny's going to be my favourite rider by the end of the night.
I think Jody Scott retains his place in yellow. Scott Nichols goes off the outside in white, and it's just worked for...
yeah, Jody Scott's there.
It's just worked for Cameron Heaps to an extent, so can Scott make it count? The lineup of heat number 4 going off the inside gate in blue for the Pirates. Paid winning his first one, Vinnie Ford. Gate 2 in yellow. Third place in heat number 2, Jody Scott. First ride of the evening for Tom Brennan, off gate number 3 in red. And off the outside also his first ride of the night, Scotty Nichols goes in white.
Bet Scotty Nichols wasn't imagining he'd be waiting 50 minutes for his first ride.
Oh, it's a long time, innit?
If this mate was at Scunny, we'd be done and dusted by now. Just saying, Paul. Just saying.
And Zach found out then that there's absolutely nothing on that slick stuff down low.
No, absolutely not. Question for you.
Okay.
Playoff finals like this, should they be decided over 2 legs at each venue or decided over 1 leg at a neutral venue?
You don't have many neutral venues now, to be honest, with doubling up and stuff, so 1 at each place I think's fair.
Yeah, it's a fair point.
I think that's the way to do it, to be honest. Cause
there's only one.
There's only one kind of place you could do it, maybe Iwade, somewhere like that.
Bring back Buxton.
Or Isle of Wight, or something like that.
Oh, Jesus Christ, not Isle of Wight.
But
sorry, I mean Isle of Shite.
I do think that 1 at each place is probably the right thing to do.
It's the fairest way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like British finals and stuff. They try and get them as close to a neutral venue as possible, don't they? But ultimately, riders are going to have it as a home track.
Yeah, let's take the British final to Germany.
Kai Huckenbeck in there as the wild card.
Yeah, special wild card. So, heat number 4 then. Dark Marshall's got really funky looking glasses on. But he walks away then, and he tapes rise for heat number 4. There's a little bit of nibble there from Scotty Nichols, but it's Tom Brennan that gets to the front. Now, Tom Brennan's forced Scott Nichols really wide there. Vinnie Ford almost coming in to collect the second position there. And now, Brennan's going wide. Nichols going even wider. If he goes any wider, he's going to end up in Bournemouth. But this race now looks pretty spread out. In fact, the battle's more for the 3rd and 4th positions. Vinnie Ford just about holding off Jody Scott there. And I can't believe I'm about to say this, and I hope I'm not tempting fate. Vinnie Ford is riding very, very sensibly here. Tom Brennan's still out there in the lead. Scott Nichols is still there in 2nd place. Spinny Vinny's still there in 3rd. We've got 1 lap left to go. I can't see anything really changing here as we go down the back straight for the final time. And barring any form of failure or failure, Poole are going to eat into that gap again.
Tom Brennan showing so much experience there to get the elbows out to Scott. That was just, it was hard racing, it was fair racing, it was hard. For me, there's nothing wrong there. Tom did exactly what Scott would have done to him had Scott have made it there. And it's nice to see, you know, hard but fair racing. He did give him the good heave-ho, but Scott was trying to clamp him down as well. If roles had been reversed, it would have been the exact same. Brilliant ride
Can't disagree.
for Tom there, and it was a win for the rider in red, Tom Brennan. Second in white, Scott Nichols, and crucially in third, Vinnie Ford in blue. Makes the score on the night 15-9, and the aggregate score 54-60. Another couple of points are off it. Both red and white make a really good gate. Tom's just fortunate he's the one on the inside of the two. To be fair,
Yeah.
Scott goes into Tom.
And then that was a beautiful move there from Tom, just to
Just hung him out to dry,
say,
didn't he?
F you, Nichols, you're going in that fence.
Just hung him out to dry. Did exactly what he needed to. There is grip on the outside, but not that far out there.
Yeah, Tom's just held the right line there to keep Scott behind it. Oh my Jesus Christ, we've got a tractor.
And I think Scott will respect the fact that, that would have been, Scott's been a Grand Prix rider who's been around long enough.
Yeah.
You give it, you expect to take it, and I think that was absolutely the right thing to do from Tom there.
You expect it a bit more in a meeting like this as well,
Of course
don't
you do, yeah. And if anyone can fire their riders up, it's Poole for a grand final. They've obviously been here a few times. Should we take the rest of our 5 minutes now whilst Tobias Thompson's
We
interview?
might actually get it now.
Third time lucky.
So we're back.
We are
Poole lead
back.
by 6 on the night. Oxford lead by 6 on aggregate. That 51-39 lead they had now 54-60. Heat 5 comes up next, though, and yeah, big battle. Matt Ford being interviewed by Adam Ryan. I don't know what he said, but he looked like he was wearing very expensive clothes and talking something posh.
And if Poole are to close the gap even more, this is going to be the partnership that needs to do it. Ben Cook looked really quick first time out. We never really got to see how quick Sam was. He was only facing two lesser riders, should we say.
Yeah, and he didn't look that fast.
The lineup of heat number 5 then, going off the inside gate in yellow, a four-wheeler first time out, but did score in a 3-rider race. Dan Gilks, gate 2 in red is Ben Cook, winner first time out. Gate 3 in white, Sam Masters, winner first time out. And off the outside in blue, Zach Cook, as Sam Masters just been watching what Tom Brennan did to Scott Nichols off gate 3. And will Zach Cook suffer the same fate in about a minute's time?
Giving it that long.
Depends how long's left on the clock, mush. Okay, 20 seconds.
Start Marshall then getting riders into order. He allows Sam Masters and Ben Cook to roll back, but neither of them roll at the start. And it's a very good start from both the Oxford boys here. Hello, Zach Cook. Beautiful move there from Zach Cook to get to round down Jokes. Masters still has the lead. A very rare sight here of Ben Cook being stone last at Poole. I think Ben needs to just try and look it round the outside a little bit, although he's very, very, very close there to taking Jokesy off. Sam Masters, either way he's checked out, he could virtually go get an hot dog for all we know. But yeah, the big battle is for third between Ben Cook and Dan Jokes. If anything, Jokes is pulling away from Ben now, and Ben Cook just needs to blast it round the outside, just to once, you know. But yeah, Sam Masters looks as comfortable as you like. Jokesy does not look comfortable at all. We've got one lap left to go, and can Ben Cook do anything on Dan Jokes here? And now Jokes goes wide. It's very close as they're about to come down the back straight. Now, final two bends. What's going to happen here? Sam Masters has won it. Zach Cook second. Dan Jokes gets the third, and that gap just opens up by an extra couple of points.
Ben Cook got pincered there. Brilliant from the two Oxford boys to clamp him from either side. Couldn't make an impact. Zach with a very smart cutback, but Sam just found the speed, and although he doesn't look comfortable, Jokesy did what he needed to do, and Oxford will be happy with that. Richard Lawson is in the next one, I think, though, and he's not going to be an happy fella after heat number 1.
No, he isn't.
The result of heat number 5 was a win for the rider in white, Sam Masters. Second in blue, Zach Cook, and third in yellow, Dan Jokes. Makes the score on the night 17-13 on aggregate 56-64. The gap just opens up another couple of points to 8 points now, with Richard Lawson and Sam Hagan out this time against
Scott Nichols and Luke Colleen.
Scott Nichols will be fired up after what Tom just did to him as well, so this could be fun.
Oh, this could be tasty.
Ben Cook decided to cut back. He was just unfortunate. Dan Jokes had already made that decision and clamped the line. Ben had absolutely no way through there.
No, that was a beautiful move there, though, from Zach as well.
Yeah.
Sam Hagan looking up to see how dark it is in the sky.
And
Update, it's as black as the ace of spades.
He will be buoyed by that result as well of heat number 1, where he managed to get second. Luke Killian is back on his bike in yellow here. He's got a different helmet on though, but he's back out. And the full lineup of heat number 6, going off the inside gate in red for the Pirates, excluded in his first one, Richard Lawson. Gate 2 in white, Scott Nichols, who was beaten first time out by Tom Brennan. Gate 3 in blue, second, first time out in a 3-rider race, but behind Sam Masters, Sam Hagan. And off the outside in yellow, found himself on his bum down the back straight, Luke Killeen.
Yeah, him.
There's a couple of people. There's a couple of people in this race that were, have had split decisions on whether they should have been or shouldn't have been excluded. There's going to be a couple of fired up people in this one. Plus, obviously, Scotty being beat first time out.
Rumour has it they're making a remix of the "Man I Feel Like a Woman" song, and Luke Colleen's going to be the poster boy for it. So, quick swag of Diet Coke before heat number 6 arrives. Start Marshall walks away. Riders look at the gates. Away we go. It's a beautiful start there for Richard Lawson and Sam Hagan as well. It's good Pirates currently on the 5-1. This will be massive. Oh, Jesus Christ. That was quite scary, Samuel. If you're listening, don't do that again because we nearly pooed our pants. Richard Lawson there out in
Yellow's
front.
gone.
Oh, Colleen's gone down on his bottom.
He's going to stay down for a rerun here.
Is he though? Because the Reds haven't come on.
They have now.
Oh, they have now. They have now.
That's a tactical stay down. That. See, he's going to get straight up now. That will probably be rerun. Although they were on the 3rd lap, and I don't think there was a race up front to be had, if I'm honest.
He went down on his own.
He did. Killeen will go for that. I think that may be awarded as well. Could that be the end of Luke Killeen's night?
Who knows? And Medic's just chatting with Luke.
He does just fall on his own.
It,
He
it
just
just
loses
goes
grip.
on
Yeah,
his own.
just
There it
loses
goes.
grip.
Whee! Bang!
He does hit his head. That could be the end of his evening.
And potentially his season if he's rolled out with concussion, dependent on when the cup final is. The most important trophy in all of Speedway, especially for 2023.
Luke is up. He looks a little bit worse for wear,
It
though.
looks. I hope they've got some. If he is to ride again, I hope we've got some gaffer tape or something.
I think the medics may have to give him a check over here. He definitely whacks the head off the track as he comes down there.
Just tell him to get a paracetamol down him, he'll be fine.
Is it going to be rerun? They were entering the third lap when the Reds came on, so the race could be awarded. For me, there was no battle out front, but obviously with the magnitude of the meeting, the ref may decide to rerun it.
He's got his helmet on.
Updates will probably tell us a bit more as to whether it's going to go again or be awarded. Scotty seems to think it's going again, so
I'd imagine it'll go again.
For me, there was no battle left to be had. Richard Lawson, I think, had that wrapped up.
It was a well.
They were quite set.
Until Luke Colleen come off.
It was set fair.
It was a clear 3-3.
Yeah, and it should have been a 5-1 after that. Sam Hagen decided to lift and go from second to last in about 3 foot. And Scott Nichols won't let himself get bullied in that first turn again.
Oh, definitely not.
Rerun coming, Alan says. I think given the magnitude of the meeting, I think it's probably the right call to rerun it.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
I'd also imagine Luke Killian will probably be being checked over by the medics now after his second fall. And the 2 minutes are on. As a fellow we both know would say, Palmer, 2 minutes.
2 minutes, 2 minutes. No news.
He's going to have a field day over this.
I'm glad I'm not on his page anymore.
Helmet examiner checking Luke's second helmet over, which has taken a smash in the back, so that could be another helmet ruled out.
Bet Luke Colleen's hoping Tom Brady.
If there's anyone that can handle this sort of pressure, though, it is a 7 times British champion.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, I've got to laugh at Charlie's comment here.
What's he said?
Luke Colleen riding like a prime James Jessup.
The rerun of heat number 6. It's inside Richard Lawson, gate 2, Scott Nichols, gate 3, Sam Hagen, and Luke Killeen off the outside is disqualified. 3 riders only, 2 pool riders, 1 7 times British champion Cheetah. Which way is this going to go?
Something tells
Scotty
me
Nichols to win this and a 3-all.
I'm just going to make a quick ball prediction now. Luke Colleen probably isn't getting double figures.
No way.
So, rerun then of heat number 6. This is about the 86 rerun with Adam. Scott Nichols made an absolute blinder, but Scott Nichols, like the Undertaker, kept rolling. The referee spotted it,
Reds.
and the Reds are out.
He absolutely moved there. He was a lot further back than the other 2 riders. And he does move.
100%. It's clear, look. Clear as daylight.
Yeah, he definitely does move. He'll get a warning
like
for that.
It's like the red car TikTok video they did of Scott Nichols. Just keep rolling. Boom. Undertaker vibes.
He was a lot further back than Lawson and Hagen. Oxford fans again don't look overly happy.
They've not got a lot to be happy about, much. They're Oxford fans.
Al, can you let us know if Scott's been warned for that?
We do have Alan in the background this evening. Won't be on the live stream because we don't want to hurt your eardrums.
Yeah, he's marginally rolling. I think his back wheel just goes before the tape, so I don't think it's a clear call.
I wish I could see a front view of that, because that could have been a perfect start.
And it may have been magnified by Richard Lawson missing it so much.
Yeah, 100%.
been a bit dramatic, isn't it, this one? Same three riders, same three gates. We go again.
We've been going for over an hour and we're only on heat 6. Ever get the feeling we're in for a long night?
Seems to be a recurring thing at Poole, doesn't it?
I mean, you expect a playoff final to be a bit more dramatic than a normal league match, but this is something else.
Scott sat nice and far back again.
So this time Asher walks away. Scott didn't move then. Richard Lawson's made an absolute perfect gate there and left Scott Nichols for dead. And Sam Hager's there in third. He may as well stay in Bournemouth for the evening. And now the race is on between Scotty and Richard Lawson. As we go into the second lap, Richard Lawson still leads. He's been chased all the way by Scotty Nichols. I don't know, I can't really think of an appropriate situation to say how this race is developing at the moment. But Sam Hagen's a million miles at the back. Richard Lawson, though, is handling the pressure here really well from Scott Nichols.
And there's a lot of it from Scott on him. Scott's quicker.
He is, but I think Richard's just holding the right line. He's just got his back wheel just in the dirt just to keep the wheel spinning, and barring any form of disaster, it's going to be another 4-2 to the Pirates.
Scott will be fuming with that because if, like, you think on second glance that was just a perfect start in the second running, he's going to feel hard done by there. And that just closes the gap again to 6 points.
But it does.
Richard Lawson bent his back well from his disqualification in Heat 1. The Poole fans are buzzing, as you'd expect. I think a deciding factor will be if Luke Killeen can continue or not. The result of Heat number 6 was a win for the rider in red, Richard Lawson. Second in white, Scott Nichols. And third in blue, Sam Hagen. 21-15 on the night. 60-66 on aggregate. And crucially, there can't be a tactical substitute used when 6 points down in a playoff final. So there's no real tactics for Oxford to use at the moment.
And if Luke Colleen's out, and I don't mean this with any form of disrespect at all, Jody Scott's not exactly...
In fairness, the 2 points that have come from Oxford's reserve have both come from Jody Scott.
We've only had one.
2, innit? Jody Scott got 1. You are correct. You are correct, yeah.
Savor this moment, folks, because it doesn't happen often.
Don't, does it? No. The 1 point that's come from Oxford's reserves has been scored by Jody Scott.
Scott.
The line-up for Heat number 7 at the tapes, going off the inside gate in white, Ashton Bowden, gate 2 in red, Tom Brennan, gate 3 in yellow, Cameron Heaps, and off the outside in blue, Tobias Thompson. On paper, this favours Poole, but Cameron Heaps was definitely quick in Heat 3, I think he was in.
That's the one.
Tom Brennan got the elbows out. It's a little bit more difficult to do off gate 2, especially when you've got Tobias Thompson on the outside, because you don't want to ruin his race. The position they're in, Poole need to be getting firsts and thirds, really.
This will forever be known as the playoff final. Tom Brennan found balls.
And he's one of the nicest guys in Speedway, which, as we all know, nice guys usually finish last.
Look at me, Mush.
No comment. Alan's just said, stop the world. Dan's right for once. Alan's had your pants off again there.
Look, Alan, I'm going to say this.
It's becoming a recurring theme now that Alan's having your pants off.
I'm saying this on a public platform. I don't swing that way, Alan. I'm sure there are many of the men that do, just I don't. So if you could stop taking my pants down, that would be great. Thanks. So, heat number 7 then, coming up. Start Marshall walks away. Tapes the eyes away. We've got a fairly even start there, but it is Tom Brennan that makes a great start. And Tobias Thompson's looking to come up the inside there of Cameron Heaps. What can he do? Ashton Bowden's back in Bournemouth again. He must really like Bournemouth beat Ashton Bowden. The big battle is for second, and at the moment, Tobias Thompson move there from Tobias to give Poole a big 5-1 here at the moment. Cameron Heaps now. What can Heapsy do? He's looking to come back up the inside here of Tobias Thompson, and he's done it. No, he hasn't. It's Thompson again round the outside line. Tobias Thompson. This could be the race of his absolute career. This, and wow, this is some good stuff. This, and we've got one lot left to go. Then what could Cameron Heaps do? Ashton Bowser may as well just give up and go home. To be fair, Tom Brenner's checked out. He could go get himself a hot dog. The big battles for second. And as I come round the fourth turn for the final time, Thompson's got that.
Is a season-defining ride for Tobias Thompson.
That was a brilliant race.
The aggregate point is 2.
Crucially, 2 points now on aggregate.
Ashton Bowden, I think, is feeling the effects of a difficult few meetings. He's been on his bum a few times, had a couple of unfortunate incidents. What a ride for Tobias Thompson. The Poole fans are going radio rental. The Oxford fans are probably not going so radio rental at the moment. Tobias Thompson with the donuts, and I thoroughly think he deserves to do that, to be honest.
He's earned that one. I'll give him all the credit in the world for that run.
The result of heat number 7 was won by the rider in red, Tom Brennan. Second in blue, Tobias Thompson. And third in yellow, Cameron Heaps. Makes the score on the night 26 points to 16. On aggregate, 65-67 Oxford. It's game on. And we say that as a neutral. We say that neutrally because we want to play a final that goes all the way.
That we do.
Tom Brennan did what he had to do. We'll watch start again then. Why not? I thought Tobias may have done him there. Cameron Heaps just finds a little bit more grip on the outside, but Tobias bides his time and straight up the inside of him off bend 3 and 4. Cameron Heaps locks up to avoid Tom Brennan. Tobias Thompson straight through, and that's all she wrote, really.
So, as everybody knows, I like to be a wind-up merchant. Someone's put in an Oxford Speedway supporters group that the rest diabolical. I've just got in there and commented, other than Heat 1, he's been bang on.
Yeah, he has got him right. Bring on the hate coming for you.
Oh, don't you worry much, I'm used to it.
I think Heat 3 could have gone either way. I think there was an argument for Zach to go. I think there was an argument for all 4. The ref decided that it was a bunching incident. I think other than that, the refs... Heat 1 could have gone either way. Lawson does dive bomb Sam, but for me, Sam's looking for it, as we've spoke about. That could go either way. I think Heat 2 he got absolutely spot on.
Can't disagree.
Somebody, Extreme Gamer, who do you reckon will win the final? This is one for you, Mush.
What was the question again, Mucky? You kind of cut out.
Who do you think will win the final?
This final?
No, the Christmas playoff final. Yes, this final.
I was going to say, I'm good at the Monopoly Christmas playoff final. I mean, Oxford could come back in the second half of the meeting, we know this, but going by how things are so far, you'd be stupid to bet against Poole.
Should we have a cheeky fiver on Oxford to win from here then?
You can, Mush, I'm skint. I spent my last monies of the week on a chip shop tea and an apple crumble pudding for tonight.
I bet it was nicer than my McDonald's though.
I mean, I banged it in the microwave so it was warm.
I banged mine in the microwave as well, but it still wasn't warm.
No!
And they are doing a bit of track grading. Shall we take another minute? That's all we're averaging at the moment.
But make it 30 seconds just to be safe. So we're back on. 2 minutes are on. So what do VSN do? Go and have a chat with Sam Masters.
Don't get too close to him, Roy. No, he'll probably fall over.
Probably.
I do like Sam. He's a nice fella. Obviously, captained and led Wolves for years.
Yeah, he's always, to be fair, apart from the fact that he really, really hates Scuddy, which is quite hard
To be fair,
say.
a lot of people do.
To be fair, as a town, I don't really like it. I've been here 26 years. But yeah, he always comes across a decent bloke.
This is going to be absolutely defining. On paper, Poole are better in this race. Jody Scott retains his spot. Dan Gilks hasn't looked overly impressive, but he has beat Ben Cook. Tobias Thompson comes in for Vinny. I think that's the right decision as well.
Oh, 100%.
I think Vinny's absolutely justified his points tonight, and you could do it again. Oh no, Tobias is in for Hagen.
That is bold.
That's a bold move, although Tobias will be buoyed off the result of the last race, so it's essentially the reserves race and Dan Gilks again now. Line up off the inside in yellow, Jody Scott, gate 2 in blue, Vinny Ford, gate 3 in white, Dan Gilks, and off the outside a reserve change in red, Tobias Thompson.
This is a big race, this, for Spin St Vincent. Tapes riser for heat number 8, away we go. To be fair, it's Tobias Thompson that's gated well, and has he got to the front? Yes, he has.
Ooh!
No, he hasn't. Dan Gilks is there. That could have been so nasty towards the back there. That was not very nice. Vincent, stop scaring us. Jesus Christ.
Oh, he's going to kill him. No, oh my God, that was Vinny's fault. Jody Scott's going to lamp him or something here.
That was horrible.
That was a bad one.
Oh.
Vinny was quicker. He had some pace on him. Jody Scott needs to put his toys back in the pram a little bit, I think. He's up and he's walking, so stop bitching.
Yeah, stop acting like a 3-year-old that's just been told to cat have a bag of Smarties.
Vinny will go for that. People trying to calm Jody Scott down. Vinny was quicker. He had the pace. That was coming all the way around though. He was just out of shape. Jody's trying to come across and Vinny's on the inside line. Vinny is under control. He's actually in the... yeah, Vinny will
Jody
go for that.
turned on Vinny.
Vinny will go for that. Oxford fans aren't going to like him after that. I'm almost certain Vinny Ford goes for that. Vinny's just...
Vinny Ford.
Oh, God.
Text him.
And his dad's going as there's going to be a scrap after this meeting.
Oh, this is brilliant.
I don't think Vinny should be doing that, I'll be honest. Vinny's been disqualified.
Vinny's rightfully been disqualified, to be fair.
I don't think his dad should be doing that, or Vinny. You don't want to get into that habit, because ultimately he did just cause a crash there. That shouldn't be cheering and celebrating that. I know he's playing the pantomime villain. That box going in the skip, it's absolutely useless. There could be a few fisticuffs in the pits here. Brennan's just gone out to Vinny just to check on him, just to maybe calm him down a little bit.
Anyone say Vinny Pedersen?
There could be a few words in here. I do think
Don't give us a replay. We want a pits, can we? Want to see
we want to see what's going on in the pits. I think Vinny was rightfully disqualified there. He's quicker. He makes a really bad gate. Tobias had done all the hard work. Jody Scott moves up. Vinny lifts. He nearly cleans him up there. It's just inexperience on a grippy track like this at the moment, any for Vinny.
100%.
He nearly cleans him up there, but stays under control. I can see why Jody Scott may turn into him. You know, he's turning in incredibly early.
Jody did turn into him a little bit.
That bike's wrecked. It's going straight in the bin.
So if you see anything on eBay, Vinny Ford's bike spares and repairs.
State of that. got to say, that's an opportunity squandered for Poole.
There's not another opportunity for Tobias Thompson, no?
Yeah, but the best they can get is a 3-3 now, and they would have expected to at least draw level on aggregate. That's going absolutely nowhere. That's like your love life, Mush.
If I wasn't heartbroken
Look
enough.
at the state of that. What I would say
And it's
is
still better looking than our Allen.
maybe Vinny's just letting the occasion get the better of him with reacting to that. Just let your actions do the talking on the track. I don't think there's any need to react the way he has to the Oxford fan. Let him give him a bit of SH1T. Should we go on a break so we can hear what he's saying?
Go on then. So, it's with great regret to have to announce that Vincent has had to withdraw from the meeting because he hasn't got any bikes left. And that's that's heartbreaking.
He's done. He's more than warranted being in the position he's in. There was some questions asked at the start of the season when he was, middle of the season when he was brought in, and obviously didn't have the best of fortunes. But he's more than turned it around. He's looked quick tonight. He's got the points he deserved. I think Jody Scott needs to put his dummy back in a little bit, to be honest. I know it's a little bit of adrenaline as well, but
I mean, Jody kind of caused that, if you ask me. I do agree with what Vinny said. Jody just turned in on him.
he's turning in incredibly early. He looks like he's got a cut on his finger as well, Jody. It's just a little bit of an experience as well on his part. You know that they're young. He's trying to make an impact as well. I think.
And here comes Public Enemy number 2.
Harry Potter, is that you? do, 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 do.
But for me, so far, this has got everything that a playoff final should have. It's got drama, it's got controversy. We've had some decent racing in between there as well.
I know Oxford fans think that the Poole riders are trying to clean them out. I just think Poole are more used to being in this position and know what it takes, and Oxford aren't, to be honest.
Oh, they are, 100%.
I don't think there's anything malicious or dirty on Poole's part. If you can't fire up for a playoff final, you're in the wrong job.
I mean, Poole will already be fired up with what happened last year.
Yeah.
And the fact there was 12 points down.
They won't want to repeat of that.
They're not going to. The good thing for us is these two teams have got to do it all over again.
The lucky thing for, I think, Poole is that Tobias Thompson's in probably the form of his Pirates career, so losing Vinny won't be such a loss. But I do feel bad for Vinny because he's he's absolutely looked quick tonight. Is Luke Killeen? Is he potentially withdrawing as well? Should we have a listen
Who
in?
knows? Go on then.
And
So,
we are
we're
back
back.
alive with some more news.
So, we're down to 6 riders a team because Spinny Vinny 2.0, or also known as Luke Killeen, is now withdrawn as well.
And we're back at tapes.
Yeah.
All the pressure in the world. This is probably the gate Tobias Thompson didn't want to be on here because the two cheaters can just clamp the inside.
Yeah, all they need is a 3-3 really. Let Tobias just go and win this. I mean, he's made a decent game, but Jilksy has made a perfect first bend there. And he's still being chased by Tobias, to be fair. Jody Scott's going to pick up a point, barring any form of mechanical failure or falling off his. And he's got no one to turn in on now, so he shouldn't be falling off it. Oh, did I just say that out loud? If there's any Oxford fans, get real and watch the product. Dan Gilk still leads. Tobias Thompson is there in second. And Jody Scott's at Bournemouth Beach. There's not a lot to say about that. Yeah, bring on the hate, Oxford fans. I'm ready for you.
You're going to get us
That's
banned,
all.
Mush.
That's all I can say. But as for the race going on, there's not a lot happening. Dan Jokes is winning. Tobias Thompson's in second. Oh, it's finished. Jokesy won it though. So, 2.
And Dan Jilks stepped up when he needed to. Tobias Thompson made a good initial jump, just couldn't quite get there, and Jilksy found the speed and just edges the gap out slightly. There will be a delay because Jody Scott's going to have 2 on the bounce unless Oxford go for 3 riders only in heat number 9. The result, Dan Jilks was the winner in white, second in red Tobias Thompson, and third in yellow Jody Scott. 28-20 on the night and 67-71 on aggregate, with heat number 9 coming next. And I think Jody Scott will have... He probably will have 2 on the bounce, but you do they maybe just go with Scotty? Well, unless they go 3 riders only. Is he going to run out of rides? That's the question. 1, 2, 3. No, he won't.
But I mean, losing Luke Colleen's a massive loss for Oxford. I know he's scored enough all tonight so far, but
he can turn it on when it counts, and
100%.
I don't think he should have been out in that last race, judging by what he said in that interview there. He took a knock to the head in the first one. Should concussion protocol have been followed? Should he have been stopped from riding again?
Who knows?
Jody Scott will take the ride in yellow, although it's no easy task against the Cook boys. Will Scott Nichols finally get his first win of the evening? Ben Cook will be looking to bounce back after a last in his second ride.
Nichols is off gate 1.
Vinnie Ford's bike's being stripped in the background, ready for the skip and parts and spares and all of that shindig.
So go and spend some money on Spinny Vinny's bike stuff on eBay in the coming days.
Vinny's just getting changed. Oh, it may be going. I think he may have a blue out. I think Tom might have lent him an helmet and an engine He's definitely just put a blue helmet colour on another
That's
helmet.
Vinny.
Yeah, the end pit bay. Or is
Yeah,
that Sam Hagen? That might be Sam Hagen, actually. No, I think Vinnie Ford's on the end
uh,
pit bay. Sam Hagen's next to
that's,
it. Yeah, it's Vinnie Ford.
well, that's your answer, because Sam Hager's just walked to the pit bay next to him.
So Vinnie may not have withdrawn, actually.
Vinny may not have withdrawn, which is weird because he's announced he's withdrawn on the telly box.
But unless you're withdrawn medically, he withdrew himself on engines. But if you know Kyle, Tom's mechanics, they're working. If they can get that engine out and changed into the other bike, you may be able to take a heat in 14 maybe. But he's definitely got one of Tom Brennan's helmets, and he's just put a helmet colour on it. So may not be curtains for Vinny after all.
And that's what we want. We like Spinny Vinny. He's become a hero here at Shoot Some Shale.
Has Danny Ford got more kids? They all look like Danny Ford. Or Tom Fletcher from McFly, whichever one you want to look at. That's what this is all about, though. Teamwork, innit? Tom's grabbed a spare helmet, as you alluded to.
Well, I mean, it's not shy of an helmet or two, is he?
And he's gone to help his teammate out. Scott Nichols, in this race, would not want to be on that inside line. And I think there's Jody Scott. Here's Jody Scott coming out now for his second ride on the bounce. With all due respect to him, this is a little bit tough.
Yeah, he's...
But he can gate. He's gated a couple of times tonight.
He's been fed to the wolves here, his old Jody.
The lineup for heat number 9 going off the inside gate in white without a win yet to his name. Actually, Scott Nichols, gate 2 in blue also without a win to his name. Zach Cook, gate 3 in yellow without a win to his name. And the sole Cheetahs reserve now, Jody Scott. And off the outside with a win and a last to his name, Ben Cook. This is pivotal. If Poole were to get a 5-1 here, they'd draw level on aggregate. Where do we go from here for the last 6 races?
Well, I mean, you look at the scorecard now, and you know it's hard to see where Poole, at the worst, are going to get a 3-3.
I think Ben Cook needs to hope that Zach can trap and clamp Scott to the inside. I think even a 4-2 at this point for Poole would be handy. Just get back the 4-2 that just dropped.
100% tapes and about to rise for Heat 9, and just like that they do. Ben Cook's made an absolute beauty off the outside. Now Zach Ramney in outside of Scott Nichols. Ben Cook, how bloody wide does that man have to go? The Pirates currently on a 5-1, Nissel tie it up on aggregate. Scott Nichols putting all the pressure on Zach Cook now. Jody Scott's at Bournemouth Beach again. He really must like it there, to be fair. Judging by the amount of times he's been there tonight, he certainly recommends it.
It's a stunning beach, to be honest with you, my old fruit.
I mean, Jody Scott's been there a few times tonight. So,
not this time of year, though.
But the big... back to the racing. There's some racing going on between here and Bournemouth Beach. The big race now is for second. Ben Cook's checked out. He's gone. He could go get himself a cheeseburger. But Scott Nichols now looking to come round the outside. Is that cut down? Zach goes wide. Got to the inside. This is close. We're down the back straight for the last time, I believe, in this race. Now, what can Nichols do? Absolutely nothing. And it's level on aggregate now. Is it?
Yep. Level on aggregate, 72 apiece.
Wow, what a race.
Zach Cook did all the hard work there, trapping and clamping Scott to the inside. Zach did look slower than Scott, it has to be said, but held the right lines, and it's drawn level on aggregate now. Oxford will feel hard done by. Poole have turned it on, and we've got 6 races of essentially 0-0. Start again from here. The result of heat number 9 was a win for the rider in red, Ben Cook. Second in blue, Zach Cook. And third in white, Scott Nichols. Makes the scores on the night 33-21 and ties us up at 72 apiece on aggregate. Game on.
Advantage Poole now.
Sam Hagen, 3 points so far tonight. Ashton Bergen failed to score, but you know that Ashton's got it in his locker. this next race could be pivotal. If it all goes to plan, Poole could take the lead.
Craig Cook's just put a post on X, was Twitter, and it's got a couple of us laughing in the group chat.
What's he said?
Love a bit of destruction derby on a Wednesday evening.
I bet you don't get this sort of stuff at the stock cars and the bankers.
You don't get this at baggers. Oh, this is
God.
It's
And
certainly a final that's going to be remembered.
to be fair, at the start of the night, Neil Middleditch said he had 3 riders who you don't know what you're going to get, and all 3 of them have turned up tonight.
And Tobias Thompson has.
That was what I meant. That he was the 3. He was the 3. Him, Hagen, and Vinny. Will the run of 2 and 4 work for Poole here? The lineup of heat number 10 going off the inside gate in yellow for the Cheetahs, Cameron Heaps. Gate 2 in blue for Poole, Sam Hagen. Gate 3 in white is Ashton Bowden, and off the outside in red, Richard Lawson. Gate stats, gates 2 and 4 are statistically better than 1 and 3 as it stands. Gate 1 has scored 10 points, gate 2 11, gate 3 15, and gate 4 18. So 2 and 4 statistically are the better gates to be on.
I've just had a quick look on the old Twitter. There's some right comments. Could be Vinny Ford and his dad's way.
I wouldn't, if I were with Vinny, I wouldn't want to be getting into the habit of that. I know Nicky Pedersen's made a career out of it, but...
Yeah, there's one thing being Nicky Pedersen, there's one thing being a 17-year-old just starting out.
Yeah, it's true. You don't want to be making enemies at this young age. And you don't know who's watching either. I know it's entertainment, but potential premiership spots for next season as a rising star, maybe. You don't want to be ruining any opportunities. White is so far back, I can't even see him.
Tapes rise then anyway for heat number 10. Away we go, and it's a very good start for Ashton Bowden. Jesus Christ, where's he found this from? And Richard Lawson there in the second place. Cameron Heaps is third. Sam Hagen's gone to Bournemouth Beach. He's heard that Geordie Scott likes it there, so we thought he'd try it out himself. Ashton Bowden, probably a surprise winner here so far, but he's been chased all the way by Richard Lawson. Lawson obviously is a racer who's not going to give up till he sees the checkered flag. And now Bowden goes wide. What can Lawson do? It's clever, so close out at the front. Third and fourth virtually settled. Now Bowden goes wide. Lawson up the inside. It's very, very close between the two at the front. This is going to be a big shot for the Bucks now. Lawson looking to go up the inside there again at Bowden. Bowden holding really, really right line there. 1 lap to go. What can Lawson do? Lawson does go Billy Big Bollocks to go just blast it around the outside. Now he's settling for second. Ashton Bowden potentially making himself a hero there for the Oxford Cheetahs.
And it puts the Cheetahs back 2 in front on aggregate. Nothing all night. Turns up and wins against the nigh on unbeatable number 1 for the Pirates. And how crucial...
Easily there.
How crucial could that be?
Massively.
And there is a togetherness with these Oxford boys as well, to be fair. You know, Ashton struggled tonight, I think it's fair to say. But he was in some brilliant form before that incident at Redcar, and he's just kicking on now. The result of Heat 10 was a win for the rider in white, Ashton Bowden. Second in red, Richard Lawson. And third, crucially in yellow, Cameron Heaps. 4-2 to Oxford makes it 35-25 on the night, and 74-76 on aggregate. Oxford are 14 away, Poole 16 away. Which way is this going?
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Lawson makes a bad start, and Ashton just sticks him out wide. The cutback just didn't work there. Ashton got his wheel in the dirt and he was gone. And that's what Ashton Bowden can do.
Oh, 100%.
We're very quickly on with Heat 11. Dan Gilkes will be buoyed by winning Heat 8. Massive result there. And the full lineup going off the inside in red, currently unbeaten so far. Tom Brennan, gate 2 in white. I think he's also unbeaten so far. Sam Masters, Gate 3 in blue, with what just the 1 point dropped so far to Tobias Thompson, and off the outside, the person who dropped that point to, Dan Gilks. This is a big hitters race, this.
It really is, isn't it?
Sam Masters Kevlars have seen better days, I won't lie to you.
So we didn't hear Tobias Thompson's interview,
No.
and I'm not going to repeat what it says on here because apparently he said a naughty word.
We'll have to watch it back.
Ironically, my favourite one.
Oh. I'm thinking which one it is now. The 4-letter one that starts with C.
That's the one.
Oh, God. The worst one to come out and say. He'll probably get fined for that.
I'll send you what Speed said. Like, I'm probably gonna watch this back anyway. I've quite enjoyed this meeting, so
It's been dramatic, innit? And obviously we don't have sound when we do these. We're on 9 viewers now, Mush.
9 viewers. Jesus Christ, what are they doing with their Wednesday night? Away we go anyway for heat number 11. That was not the prettiest of first bends, but Tom Brennan just about has the lead. Then over Sam Masters there in second. Now, what can Tobias Thompson do at the back with Dan Jokes there in third place? Oxford will just be hoping for a 3-3. They'll be hoping 3-3s all the way. That'll do them really nicely. Tobias Thompson, he's at the back. Tom Brennan,
Jokes is all over the gaff.
at the front. Jokesy, if you need somewhere to go, mate, I'm sure Jody Scott could recommend Bournemouth Beach. At this point, like this stream is now sponsored by Bournemouth Beach. So if you want to chuck us some dosh bush, just hit us up.
Bournemouth Borough Council sponsors D&D Media 2025.
Yeah. One lap to go then. Tom Brennan's got this one. He's checked out. He could go get himself a Mackey's.
He's pulling wheelies.
I can't fault him, to be fair. Wheelie, wouldn't it? But yeah, Tom Brennan, he's got himself a Mackey's. He's got to win that one. Sam Master second, Jokesy third, and to be fair, that's probably the best Oxford could have really hoped for.
Yeah, I think you're spot on, to be honest. Brilliant ride from Tom. Gated. Sam was with him. Tom just gave him the good heave-ho. Sam decided to instantly cut back. Tom thought, nah, sod this, I'll go wide. Clears off. Tobias Thompson a little bit out the back there. Dan Jilks more than done his job tonight as well. And now it's over to everybody else. The result of Heat 11 was a third win on the night for Tom Brennan, second in white Sam Masters, and third in yellow Dan Jilks. Points again divided 3 apiece, and it makes it 77-79 on aggregate. Richard Lawson's changing something there.
Clutch plates then, Mush.
He was obviously not happy with that start. Tractors out. Here we go. Tobias Thompson makes the worst start of his night.
He does.
I think he's almost punished for Tom giving Sam the heave-ho. There's nothing on that inside either. It's as bald as my pal's head. Ooh, Tom snaking is a bit. He's channeled his inner anti-view last there.
Tom's found some balls.
And he's absolutely flying so far. He went to Poole at the start of the season, as he said, to master a track he's notoriously not gone well on. I think he's mastered it.
I think he's mastered that. Well, we've got a minute. Shall we take a quick 5?
Yeah, do you want to run through the individual scores quickly after 11?
Richard Lawson 5, Sam Hagan 3, Ben Cook 6, Zach Cook 5 and 1, Tom Brennan 9, Tobias Thompson 7 and 1, Vinnie Ford 3 and 1, Sam Masters 8, Dan Duck 6 and 1, Ashton Bowden 3, Cameron Eaps 4, Scott Nichols 5, Luke Cullen now, Jody Scott 2.
And Luke Killeen and potentially Vinnie Ford withdrawn. No, let's have 5.
And just like that, we is back.
And so is Vinny Ford.
Oh, it's Vinny Vinny!
He's
Oh,
back.
he's back. He's somehow managed to put a bike together, and not gonna lie, I'm quite happy about it.
Are we ready for him to get to the first turn and the bike to go bang and him to be sat on the centre green?
Yeah, we know that's gonna happen. Now.
Is it? I really want him to win a race and go around and go and celebrate with the Oxford fans.
Something tells well. If Ben Cook would be happier to settle for a second place, that could happen.
That'd be beautiful.
It would
Craigie
be
Ho, we
lovely.
love Speedy Vinny. So do we, Craig. So do we.
So do we.
Shoot some Shao legend, Vinny Ford.
Yes.
Yeah, Palmer, we found our fella to sponsor for next season.
Yeah, we have.
He's become a cult hero. JJ looks absolutely gutted to be not in this.
And anybody would be though, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
You know, especially if when it's your team and you can't ride it. It's quite gutting.
And it's even worse that he missed out on for Ipswich as well.
He did. It's a luck of the draw, though, innit, this game, and
it's an hard game, innit? It's an hard gig. It's uncrossed.
It's all right.
Jody Scott in yellow. Oh,
it's all right.
Jody Scott versus Vinny, round 2. Let's have it.
Let's go.
Seconds out.
Jody will be off 2, Vinny off 3 as well.
I don't want to tempt fate, but I don't think there'll be an handshake between the two.
No. It'll be interesting to see right at the end.
If there's an handshake when the trophy presents it.
When all is said and done.
Yeah. Pedro Brooker, don't know who you are, but welcome to the channel. Come on, the Pirates. 9 viewers, Palmer. We've peaked at 10. We had 10 just now.
I'm gonna cry.
We've reached our goal, and hopefully it's been entertaining as well for people who've watched.
And if you are new to the channel and you've enjoyed what you've heard tonight so far, give us a subscribe. Because we really appreciate more subscribers.
I feel like after tonight we absolutely have to cover the Knockout Cup meetings if we can do that.
Yeah, there's no two ways about it.
We've got to do it.
We've got to do it.
Vinny's going to get a hero's welcome at Oxford. I'm calling it now. We've got to do it. There's no two ways. We've got to.
We've got to. Oh, it's going to be pure drama.
And that's just off the track.
Exactly.
Vinny will walk into his pit bay at Oxford and there'll be glass everywhere or something.
What we're saying then, Spinny Vinny Conor McGregor Ford.
Oh, come on, get on with it. We've already had a delayed evening.
Jordan, mate, I don't know if you know, but we have something called a bedtime that we have to adhere to, and it's coming very close to that.
Pedro says, I went Saturday, being a funny laugh listening in as I couldn't go tonight. What a fella, what a boy.
What a man. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm glad we could provide you with some entertainment on this Wednesday evening.
Poole have entertained us. We've entertained, well, the people who are watching us on here.
And I think this is one of the meetings that, like, even the likes of, well, I mean, I watch most meetings back anyway. But I think it's the sort of meeting that you'd watch back in the winter, you know, when you've got not a lot to do.
You're trying to build yourself up for the season. You're trying to get a bit more buzzing. This
is, I mean, I don't care what my auntie says. This is going on instead of Strictly Come Dancing on Christmas Day.
I hope you put Gavin and Stacey on there.
I mean, it's part of this plan.
What a boy. For me, yeah, this has been the real final. This has had everything that Bellevue and Leicester didn't.
Bellevue and Leicester was boring. But like both legs of it was boring.
Yeah.
This has had absolute. This is like your VIP cinema ticket. This has had absolutely everything thrown at. This has had the kitchen sink thrown at it.
Come on, Jason, do us a solid now. Here we go. Here we go.
There we go.
Vinny's here.
Brilliant.
Oh no, he's not.
No, no, no.
The lineup of heat number 12 going off the inside gate in red is Ben Cook. Gate 2 in yellow, Jody Scott comes in for the withdrawn Luke Killeen. Gate 3 in blue, Tobias Thompson. And off the outside, a very impressive winner last time out, Ashton Bowden. If Poole had submitted Vinny's withdrawal, there may be in a bit of bother. Or are they just giving the bike a couple more races and they're going to put him in 14?
Put him out in 14. I don't know.
It depends what
They're
position
probably better
we're
putting
in.
him out in. They're probably better putting him out in 14 because at either end of the track.
Yeah, they're not right next to each other and they can't
We-
have a
we
fight.
don't- No, because Poole are boring like that sometimes. No, we like fights. So, Tate's about to rise to 4, heat number 12. A beautiful gate there from Ben Cook. And Tobias Thompson's joined him there in the second place position. And he's blocked the run of Ashton Bowden there absolutely perfectly. And it's a pirate pairing on a 5-1 as it stands at the moment. But if anything, the rider in yellow, Jody Scott's giving more chase than what Ashton Bowden is at the moment. But and currently, probably the easiest 5-1 of the evening for the Pirates, and the Pirates will take the lead on aggregate by 2 points.
Jody's looking for Ashton. I think Jody will move out of the way to allow Ashton round if he does get close enough, which I think he is now. Jody's letting him round the outside.
He is, but is it too little too late? I mean, we're coming on to the last lap now, I do believe.
Yep.
And with no disrespect intended to Ashton, he isn't catching the Pirates pairing.
And I don't think Ashton can, I don't think Jody Scott did anything wrong there to the point he was holding Ashton up or anything. Ashton just made a really bad start. Jody Scott was there. As soon as Jody was riding mid-track, as soon as Ashton got near, Jody moved out of the way for him. So there's not the excuse of he got blocked sort of by Jody. I think Ashton got round as soon as he was close enough, and Jody absolutely did the team game and moved over. The result of heat number 12 was a win for the rider in red, Ben Cook, second in blue, Tobias Thompson, and third in white, Ashton Bowden. That result makes it 43-29 on the night, and on aggregate for the first time tonight, Poole lead 82-80. Tobias Thompson gone to celebrate with the fans, firm favourite with the Poole fans, and he's an entertainer. There's not many of them. It looks like he's hurt himself doing that.
He's all right, it's Tobias.
There's not a lot of entertainers in this sport anymore, and Tobias
Not
Thompson
anymore,
is
is
one of
there?
them. He's absolutely one of them. Oh, has he injured himself jumping the fence? He has. He's fell over. Oh, God. He's hurt himself, had he?
Nah, I don't think he's hurt himself. He's walking back there fine.
He had two thoughts about jumping. He has. He's hurt.
He's hurt himself.
He's limping. Oh, God.
He could have another ride in Heat 14.
What's he doing?
Oh, bad.
Oh. He's a rare breed in speed, right? You don't get a lot of entertainers like this, and Ben did what he needed to. Tobias is the hero there, runs Ashton right up wide, and that was all she wrote. Brilliant ride. And Ben was looking back for Tobias. He almost locked up on the last turn and threw himself off. Playoffs bring out the heroes in teams, and tonight Tobias Thompson, Vinnie Ford, and to an extent Sam Hagan have stood up to be counted.
So, I know this is a big debate in Speedway, but playoffs, to bring out the best form of racing, they bring out entertainment, they bring out the crowds. I don't know why people would want it to go.
Do you know who else to bring out? Line up 3,
Go on.
13. Going off the inside gate
Go,
in
go, go.
white, Sam Masters. Gate 2 in red, Richard Lawson. Gate 3 in yellow, Scott Nichols. And off the outside in blue, Tom Brennan. Scott Nichols and Richard Lawson, I don't think it's an exaggeration to say, haven't been fantastic tonight.
Not been the best, have they?
For me, Oxford need a 5-1 here. There's no two ways about it. I think Poole are stronger in 14. I think Oxford need a 5-1.
100%. And I'll tell you what, I'm glad I had that trippy tea because that was a beautiful starter for this main course we've been served
What
so
an
far.
absolutely brilliant meeting.
Oh,
I'm going to get killed when I phone the missus in a bit, but it's a death worth taking.
it's worth it. Die happy.
It's a death worth taking. What a race this could be.
This has got the potential to be an absolute classic. The start marshal walks away for 8:13. The tapes rise, away we go. To brilliant start there from the rider in white, Sam Masters. Now what can Lawson do? And Brennan now looking to give it to Masters
Lawson.
as well. This is close. Lawson leads now. Now, what can Brennan do? Can Brennan get on the inside
Done him!
of Masters?
Oh!
That was nasty! Oh! And how they've stayed on the bike there is absolutely mental. The chase is still on for second and third with Sam Masters and Tom Brennan. Scott Nichols has gone back to Bournemouth Beach. I don't blame him, to be fair. He's getting old a bit now, isn't he? But yeah, Richard Lawson out there, out in front, doing what he needed to do. Now Tom Brennan's still got the big challenge of getting past Sam Masters, who's been really, really good tonight, to be fair. And Nichols is now starting to come on to Tom Troy B as well, so it's not all over till me and start singing. Nan, don't go turning Tom Jones on just yet. We've got another half a lap to go. Richard Lawson, though, he's out in front. He's rode the absolute perfect race there. Fair play to Richard Lawson. And Nan, if you're listening, you can now start playing Tom Jones.
Poole need 4 points on aggregate, and it's done. It's not the 5-1 they'd have voted for, but they'll take a heat advantage against probably the best two as a partnership in the league, Scott Nichols and Sam Masters. Tom Brennan was there for the first lap or so. Sam rode a smart line to keep Tom a little bit wider in the deeper stuff than he'd need to be. Richard Lawson did what he needed to do. Poole are 4 points away. It's 5-1 or bust. You've got to feel it's 5-1 or bust in 14, and with all due respect to Jody Scott. Heat number 13 was a win for the rider in red, Richard Lawson. Second in white, Sam Masters. And third in blue, Tom Brennan. 47.31 on the night. 86.82 on aggregate. AFC Batboo 17. What heat is it? It's heat 14 coming up now. Richard Lawson absolutely nails this. And Tom's there a little early on. Richard Lawson cuts back smart. Tom tried to do the same thing, just Sam read it and just blocked the line. Richard Lawson did superbly to block that there. And if there was just a little bit more grip on the inside, I'd have expected Tom to come up the inside of Sam as well, to be honest, off 4. That was one of those races that gets you very excited about Speedway.
It really does, doesn't it?
Is Vinnie Ford going to be in here, or is Tobias Thompson going to have another ride if he's not hurt himself from jumping the fence? We're being kept waiting. We are being kept waiting. I think the sensible decision would be Tobias Thompson.
That's Tobias Thompson.
That means that Poole had already submitted the withdrawal for Vinnie Ford, and obviously you can't go back on that now. So the lineup for Heat 14, where the meeting could be won, the tie could be won. Going off the inside gate in blue. Been a hero tonight for the Pirates, Tobias Thompson. Gate 2 in white, Cameron Heap started really well, but has tailed off a little bit since. Zach Cook goes off gate 3 in red. Been not up to his high standards of recently, but done what he needed to do. And off the outside in yellow for his 6th ride, I believe it is, of the meeting, Jody Scott absolutely has not disgraced himself in any way.
Apart from when he had a temper tantrum.
Yeah, adrenaline. We'll put that down to adrenaline.
Yeah.
It could be done here. A 4-2 here for Poole and it's done. A 3-all and it needs an Oxford 5-0 in 15 for them to nick it.
I mean, with no disrespect to the Oxford guys, on paper,
Poole are favourites.
this has got Poole 4-2 written all over it.
We could be 4 laps away from Poole being crowned champions again. Palmer, take us away, son.
So, the start marshal then, walking away for heat number 14. The tapes the rider, away we go then. It's a very good start there for the rider in white there, Cameron Eaps. Now, what can the two pirates do? Tobias Thompson. But what's a move from Zach Cook to go up the inside there? A beautiful move. And now, what can Tobias Thompson do? As the rider in yellow, that's Geordie Scott. He's back at Bournemouth Beach. He's sick of Poole Speedway. I'm off back to Bournemouth Beach. But this is the race as it stands, barring any form of mechanical failure or falling off this will win Poole a title. And to be fair to him, they have earned this title 100%. As Zach Cook still leads. Cameron Eaps there in second. He's giving it absolutely everything, bless him. But Tobias Thompson's sitting pretty there in third place. 1 lap left to go before Poole are officially crowned the champions. I could already, we're watching on mute, but I could hear the Poole fans already shouting in elaboration as Zach Cook comes round the final bend to take the league title to Poole. And I have to say, absolutely worthy winners after that.
They had a bit of luck with a couple of exclusions and decisions that could have gone either way. Oxford have had a bit of bad luck with all due respect to Geordie Scott, their lead reserve retiring. Tobias Thompson stood up to be counted. Vinnie Ford has stood up to be counted. Sam Hagan has stood up to be counted. And 2 riders that you may not have, banked on winning them the league. Zach Cook and Tobias Thompson come out, win the race, do the business, and thoroughly deserved champions.
100%.
Zach Cook cheering in front of the Oxford fans. Oh God, they're all going at the Oxford fans. Oh
We've
God,
got another donut now.
There's going to be a scrap. They're all going and goading the Oxford fans. There's gonna be something going on here. Zach's getting the bumps. Whoa, he's been dropped.
He's dropped.
They've dropped. Oh great! If I was you, Tobias, don't let him give you the bumps, son. He's taking. Oh God, have you not just seen what they did to Zach? Tobias is holding on for dear life. You'd think Poole would be used to doing bumps by now. Oh, what a meeting! What a entertainment!
What a
this is what Championship Speedway is all about.
Even the first leg was a very entertaining meeting. Yeah, this has been a final for the ages, and congratulations to Poole. They wanted it more this evening, and they've been lucky. Commiserations to Oxford, though. They've put up a good fight, but there's still a knockout cup to go for.
This will fire them up so much.
Oh, 100%.
This has been fantastic. Cameron Eaps made the start. I thought both Poole riders were going to do in there. Zach did what he needed to. Tobias did nothing silly, just sat in third, knew that third place was all that it took. Pedro, champions. Cheers for the commentary, lads. I've subscribed. What a guy.
What a boy. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We really appreciate having you with us.
And you give us a good meeting, we'll provide. And I feel like we've done a good job tonight, to be honest. I think it's been 100%. One of our best watch-alongs to watch the meeting, to have the banter. It's just been really good.
It's just been an enjoyable all-round evening, and it's had absolutely everything. It's had drama, it's had controversy. We've had some racing in between.
And it's good to see Vinnie Ford feeling no ill effects. Obviously, he would have liked to have been in that race if machinery and that had have allowed. I think he's made a massive impact since coming into Poole. It was harsh on Max Perry. The change has paid off. I think Vinnie's strengthened him. I think Tobias has turned up at the right time. And I think the lesser unsung heroes of the team, I think. And we've still got a race to go.
We have.
Adam Roynan obviously affiliated with Poole quite closely. Tom Brennan talking to Jason Harold. Tom Brennan a champion for a second year in a row at Poole, but with a Pirates race suit on. Yeah.
And he looks a little bit happier this year.
They do deserve it, and obviously being neutrals, we watch a lot of Speedway. We've watched Oxford a lot this year. They've been fantastic. Poole have been brilliant all year as well. It's a fitting final of the two best teams in the league. Little bit of bad luck with the withdrawal of Luke Killian and Ashton Bowden, obviously not 100%, but I think the right team have won. They've overturned a deficit. People will say they've had some luck with referee decisions. Obviously, Paul don't have any impact or say in that matter. It's just, you know. But it is good to see Oxford back and challenging where you'd expect them to be, and they've still got the knockout cup to go for.
That they have.
Got one race left. We will wrap up pretty much straight after, and just enjoy watching the celebrations. And we'll take a quick
100%.
breather while we wait for the lineups.
So I'll give you a quick rundown the individual scorers before they do the interviews for 8:15. So Richard Lawson 8, Sam Hagan 3, Ben Cook 9, Zach Cook 8 and 1, Tom Brennan 10, Tobias Thompson 10 and 2, Vinnie Ford 3 and 1, Sam Masters 10, Dan Joke 6 and 1, Ashton Bowden 4, Cameron Neep 6, Scott Nichols 5, Luke Colleen Nout, Jody Scott 2. It's safe to say Oxford has been massively let down tonight by
Scott Nichols,
who you'd
100%.
who you'd expect to get double figures.
Absolutely cannot disagree with that. But again, Oxford have had a fantastic season. They've still got the knockout cup. They can either fold or they can come back even more fired up and look to get that and get their revenge.
Meetings like this, it's gonna fire you up, innit?
Yeah. And we've had 10 viewers most of the night. We have now just dropped a couple to 8, but to anyone who's tuned in to watch us or listen to us ramble and stuff, we very much appreciate it.
That we do. And we've got some bigger and better plans coming for 2025. I believe we've got some form of interactive thing planned for around Christmas as well. And yeah, so we've got some interesting things to do. Go and give our Facebook page a like as well, D&D Media. Picture of a microphone and it says D&D Media next to it. Because this has been brilliant, and can we just do like watch-alongs to every playoff final in history?
Of the championship kind.
Yeah.
Come on, boys, you're dragging this on a bit now, ain't ya? Some of us have got beds to go to.
Shrek, you're turning green, mush.
Again,
Do you
though,
not think
Oh, don't make me think. Not this time of night.
Do you not think Peter Schrock looks like an uglier Gary May?
Looks like Wayne Rooney, but less old.
Less older, just a bit fatter.
I'm sure he's a nice fella. I don't actually know. I never spoke to the guy.
I don't know the guy either, to be fair, but he just looks weird and old.
And again, it takes two teams to make a final. Both teams have made this really, really good and really, really special. Um, Obviously, if it had been certain other teams, maybe question, may not have been this good.
At the end of the day, right, it's the top two teams in the league going at it.
Line up for here, number 15 then, going off the inside gate in white for the Cheetahs, Sam Masters. Gate 2 in red for the Pirates, and the new crown champions is Tom Brennan. Gate 3 in yellow for the Cheetahs is Scott Nichols. And off the outside in blue for the Pirates is Richard Lawson. Oxford elected to take gates 1 and 3. I absolutely agree with what you said about Scott Nichols. He didn't have the best of days in Richard Lawson's testimonial, but obviously we know testimonials and a meeting like this are two different things, but he's gone wondering again.
Two completely different kind of meetings out there, but
Same result.
He's not been very good.
For the final time tonight, Palmer, take us away, son.
So then the start marshal walked away then for Heat 15, the finale here. Sam Masters has got about 10 yards and packed up. Tom Brennan's got the lead. Richard Lawson's about to join him in second place to round off a big win over the Oxford Cheetahs here this evening. These two boys, just the league's already won. Just don't get injured, basically. I'm sure the message from Sir Daniel Ford and Big Matthew will be on there. But as we go into the third and fourth bend for the second time, I think, Tom still leads. Lawson's still in second. Scott Nichols still in third. Sam Masters still only went about 25 yards. And, yeah, the Pirates are going to see their league campaign through with a 5-1, as you probably would expect. And the hero is going to be Tom Brennan, who won the league here last year as a Glasgow Tiger. He's won it again as a Poole Pirate, and it's a 5-1 to round proceedings off tonight.
Sam's bike giving up there sums up Oxford's luck tonight, doesn't it? Just sums up their fortunes. Scotty goes to shake Tom's hand, Sam shakes Richard's hand, Scotty shakes Richard's hand, Sam shakes Tom's hand, everyone's friends. A little bit of emotion from the younger members earlier, Vinnie Ford and Jody Scott, but they're still learning. These boys in this race are experienced at these. It's a first playoff final for Vinnie and Jody. Emotions will boil over. They're still kids, but what an experience for them to be involved. The final result of the regular league campaign is a win in red for Tom Brennan, second in blue Richard Lawson, and third in yellow Scott Nichols. That takes us to a final score on the night of 56, with Richard Lawson scoring, hang on, let me add on these bonus points and then I'll tell you. One, and that's it. Richard Lawson 10 plus 1, Sam Hagan 3, Ben Cook 9, Zach Cook 8 plus 1, Tom Brennan 13, Tobias Thompson, what a night, 10 and 2, and Vinnie Ford 3 and 1 for the Cheetahs. Sam Masters scored 10, Dan Gilk 6 plus 1, Ashton Bowden 4, Cameron Heap 6, Scott Nichols 6, Luke Killian 0 and withdrawn. We hope he's alright to ride in the Knockout Cup, and Jody Scott scored 2. Palmer, I'll let you wrap us up.
So that's that for the Cab Direct Championship League campaign. Keep an eye out on our social media page, D&D Media on Facebook. Personally, I feel as though we've got to do the Knockout Cup final after tonight.
Absolutely.
So if our schedules allow us to, I'm sure we'll bring it to you. But from myself, from Dylan, from Alan behind the scenes, thank you for watching tonight. Have a very good rest of your evening.